Welcome to the Girl Gang. I'm Katrina Gardner of Katrina and Create.
And I'm Dominique Goyette-Connerty of Evergreen Marketing. On this show, we're going to chat with women business owners in Massachusetts and those who support local women in business.
Because girls don't just want to have fun. They also want to sell real estate.
They want to open a brewery.
They want to teach others to invest in the stock market.
They want to take stunning photos, plan lavish parties, and help people recover from injuries.
Girls just want a podcast.
What can we say?
We're girls. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Girls Just Wanna.
And Katrina got bangs.
I did.
We didn't, they were here last episode, but
Yeah.
we were talking too much about the election in the
Yeah.
intro, so we didn't talk about her haircut. It didn't feel appropriate.
No. Why talk about my new little Barbie bangs when it is not Barbie's world right now?
It is really not. It is not Barbie's dreamland. We are living in Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa.
And we don't want it.
But love the bangs. I think they look great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it was a few episodes ago that I was like, I'm going to get bangs. Mm-hmm. Or I was saying
support it.
I was thinking about it. And then I am not one to think things through in careful detail. If I have the idea.
It's just hair. It's just hair.
Yeah,
You've
think so
done
too.
way more like reckless things. Just
That's true.
Without thinking them through. Just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
But bangs, that hair will grow back. You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
And it looks good, so I wouldn't
Thank
worry
you.
about it.
Thank you. I do like to have like the bangs with the hair up type of motif.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And when she cut them long. Like, I wanted the curtain bangs, and I was like, yeah, like, let's do that. It's great. I did have, like, back-to-back meetings that day, so I was like, looks great, gotta go. Like, I gotta get on another call. And then I got home, and I did like the length, but it ended, like, right under my chin, and they just always would, like, curl under, like this. And I was like, no. So then I
really
cut it.
redefining face framing.
Right.
They really just like, drew a circle around your face.
It was a real face frame. And so then I like cut a little bit and then
Cut a little more.
Jamie was in the bath and I'm just like and I'm like, Jamie, don't watch, because he was fascinated. And I'm like, you are not.
You know he's going to do that the second
know.
he gets his hands on scissors.
I know. I'm like, Mummy can be crazy. Jamie cannot be crazy.
Wow.
But this is the end result and I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
So
Good.
yeah. And it's a little blonder too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was great. And when's Thanksgiving? Is it going to be next week?
It's the...
Or 2 weeks from now?
I think when this episode comes out, I think it's next week.
Yeah. So
pretty sure.
Do you do it with your whole family?
I typically do it the past 10 years or so. We go to my dad's cousin's house in Maine. Mm-hmm. We call her my aunt, or we just call her Lisa. And then her kids, which would be my third cousins, are like my older sister's age. Mm-hmm. So we just call them our cousins. They're like third cousins, but yeah, they're cool. So I think I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Got the invite. Everybody there is pretty much politically aligned except for my father, who always ruins it. So we'll see.
I'm going to be the outlier at my Thanksgiving dinner.
Maybe just skip that then.
Yeah.
Maybe just Friendsgiving.
Well, me and my dad are aligned, and then...
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice, I guess.
Well...
Must be nice.
I am not aligned with my mom or my stepdad or my sister or my brother-in-law.
Ooh. Zoom in on that face. Ooh.
But me, my dad, and my little brother, my 22-year-old brother, the three of us will just... And Jesse just leaves the situation. He just plays video games in the basement.
Oh, okay.
Because he would get mad, and he doesn't like to get mad with my family, so...
Okay.
So that'll be fun.
Yay, Thanksgiving. Okay.
Right.
Well,
we have a really exciting guest.
yeah. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bring her in.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Veronica Basdeo.
Hi, happy to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us.
We are so excited to see you. It's been too long.
Yes.
I know.
It's been a little hiatus because you were busy.
Just busy growing a human.
No!
I know. She's
So
cute.
the
She's so
Cookie
cute.
Lady's daughter has a daughter now.
She does. The original Cookie Lady's granddaughter.
Oh,
Weird.
OG,
I
the OG.
know. Yeah.
So before we talk about the biz, how's motherhood and whatnot?
That is great. It is a journey for sure.
Yeah.
The adjustment to it's just completely changes so much in your life.
Sure.
And people say you won't really understand until you're in it, and you're like, oh, totally. And then when you're in it, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is a lot. I remember a few days postpartum, just looking around my house, and everything was just everywhere. There was a car seat and a stroller and toys, and I was just like, none of this was in my house 2 weeks ago, and I don't know where to put it. And so finding places for things, it's a big adjustment, but she's so cute and so wonderful, and she's a very good sleeper, so
Good.
That's good.
I feel well rested. We also invested in a really good espresso machine
Yeah.
when I was pregnant.
Of course.
Yeah.
Leading up to parenthood, because we were
Yeah.
we love our coffee, and I love coffee shops. That is my jam. But I knew I wasn't going to be able to go out to them all the time, so.
Yeah, or at least as not as much as you did before.
Yes, now I can. Now that I'm 6 months postpartum, I have the energy and time to get out and about. But yeah.
So what stage is she at? Is she rolling over?
Yeah, she rolls from her back to her belly all the time, and now she's just started rolling a lot, and I'm what's happening? I have to baby proof stuff.
Right out
I
that
threw
door.
all my plants
Yeah.
away. You know how many plants I have? I'm oh, my house is not baby proofed, so we got to work on that. And she babbles all the time and laughs, which is cute. I know, because at first they just stare at you and cry, and you're like, where's the nice part? Can you be nice to me? And now she's crying. She's laughing. So yeah, it's so fun.
Good.
I love it.
And everyone just wants to cuddle her. So
Yeah.
it's so nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
So happy for you.
Thank you. I love it so much. Yeah. So
All right.
motherhood is fun.
I just want to share with the class that
Oh, yeah.
Veronica,
Brought
the
us
cookie lady,
snacks.
I did.
brought us cookies. So this is from your
Yes.
most recent, or it's inspired by your most recent
Yes.
class that you did.
Yes. So these are Gilmore Girls themed cookies. Do either of you watch Gilmore Girls?
I do.
just
Yeah,
started.
I do.
I mean, it's been so long, and I definitely never watched it all the way through.
Well,
So
there are
I can only
9
remember-
seasons, so there's some cute ones. They're pretty fun. A little Yale.
Oh,
Gosh.
adorable.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, we've
Yeah,
been
so-
talking about cookies, but
They smell so good.
Cookie
Oh my
Lady's
God.
daughter,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
people who are new to you.
Yeah.
I feel like we just know you so well. We're just
I
going to
know.
sit here and chit
I
chat.
I know.
Wow.
You're we got to make sure. We cut to the
We got-
chase here.
The people got to know.
They gotta know what's happening. Yes, Cookie Lady's daughter. So what I do, first of all, the biz. So I make cookies like this, but I focus on decorating activities. So when I first started, I was doing decorated cookies and selling them at markets. You would get a little sugar cookie that's like a Christmas tree, super cute for holidays. But I am very social, and I was lonely, and I was like, I don't want to decorate cookies for hours by myself. So I quickly realized I could teach classes. And so I started teaching cookie classes. I've now been doing it for 5 years, which seems
Insane.
wild to me.
Absolutely
I
insane.
still remember my first class. So now I'm at the point where I'm doing a lot of themed classes. So this is the Gilmore Girls class we did last night, and I did all kinds of decorations for the brewery. It was at Redemption Rock Brewery in Worcester.
it.
I call them my home stadium.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
I teach most of my classes.
Yeah.
So I did Gilmore Girls themed, and we did some trivia, and people voted for Justine or Logan, stuff like that. I also did a Taylor Swift one, a Friends one. I feel like doing the themes gets people out and about.
Yeah, I agree.
More than just the standard cookies I used to do, especially in this economy. I know that it's a luxury to go
Yeah.
to an event. I'm aware. So that's a
Classic.
nice little addition. So the cookies are kind of like a paint night.
Yeah.
Or the classes are like a paint night, but with cookies. So you get 6 cookies, icing. I teach you step by step how to decorate, but you also can enjoy the beer and the ambiance and meet up with old friends you haven't seen in a while, or coworkers. I like to do them on weeknights. I do some on the weekends, but I feel like weeknights is just a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
People do date night there.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
gets the people together.
Yeah.
I did, I think the first cookie decorating I did, or at least the class-wise that I did with you, was through YPWA. No surprise, we talk about them every week.
Yes.
And so that was, of course, at Redemption Rock. And that was so much fun because it was just like all the gals in one room drinking beers, decorating cookies. Like, really couldn't ask for any more.
I know. It's really
I also love to buy your cookie kits and bring them home.
Right.
And people are like, oh, you're going to do it with your son? And I'm like, no.
You're like, no.
He's going to ruin them.
It wouldn't look as good. To be clear, he can have his own set if he wants. Yeah. You're not ruining mine.
Well, and you also do like the ones where kids can draw on them.
Yeah. So we do the take-home kits that really are... when it's for like the holidays, people definitely have their kids join in. When I do ones like, I'll just do like a llama set or like tacos. Like I feel like adults are like, no, the kids don't get these.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like an adult coloring book. It's
exactly.
like I would never give it to a child.
And
they have a child.
I think I get
your own.
I get pretty obnoxious. I'm like, I'm really good. I'm like, Veronica, aren't I good?
You're like,
oh my God, no, I was the same way at the cookie class. I was like, no, but wait, look what I did. And you're like, oh, that's really good. Which I'm like, she probably says that to half the people, but like,
no.
Mine are like actually good.
You're like, no, mine really are though. So I'm an eternal optimist, so I always find the good things in everything. So people will be like, oh, this thing is so ugly. And I'm like, yeah, but look at this thing that you did that is actually good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
But it is nice to see because a lot of people might not be super creative and then they do this. Like a friend brings them out because they like Gilmore Girls and they've never decorated a cookie and then they're over here hand lettering Luke's on a coffee mug and I'm like, I don't know, is this your future career? Maybe. So I think it's fun because it really does like bring out creativity in a lot of people in a way that like someone who might not have done arts and crafts in the past 10 years all of a sudden has like just a little mini creative outlet. And not to toot my own horn, but some people who've taken my classes, it inspired them to either have cookie decorating as a hobby on their own, like they do it at home with their own cutters and everything, or even start businesses, which that brings me joy. Like we need more cookiers in this state, and I'm
so
like,
you don't see it as competition.
No, I'm like, please let me help you. So the only place you can't, that's harder to do it is in the city of Worcester. You cannot have a residential kitchen permit, but any of the other towns you can get a permit, which is what I have. Or you can use like a shared kitchen space, like the Worcester Regional Food Hub. I was a member for a long time, and then that way you can make them and sell them, and it can become a business. I mean, I'm always turning down people for custom orders because I don't do custom orders. So I always want more people that I can refer them to. So.
And before you became the Cookie Lady's daughter, you were in a different field.
Completely
different field.
Yes.
It's so funny that you laugh about it now. I
know.
When you originally told me the story, I was like, no way.
Yeah. It really is wild. So I worked in a lab. I worked in biopharma at AbbVie in Worcester. From like junior year of college, I was pre-med, decided I didn't want to be a doctor. I really value work-life balance, and I very quickly realized that was not going to be as easy as a doctor as many other careers. So I just said, I don't think that's for me. Which is interesting because I had wanted to do that since I was like 10. And like had been very like, I loved school. I always got good grades. I was like, I'm going to be a doctor. Like everyone knew like Veronica was going to be a doctor. And then I actually like got all the way to applying to medical schools, and I got an interview at UMass Medical, and I got the letter that said I got an interview, and I was like not even happy about it. And I was like, this feels like I should be happier. Like I don't know about this.
Just my lifelong dream, and I'm not even at all excited.
I was like, that seems strange. So I just started thinking, I don't know if I want to do this. So anyway, I was like so nervous to tell everyone in my life, and they were so supportive. They were like, that's okay. You can change your mind. Like, but when you're in like the tunnel, you don't really think. But anyway, I ended up in biopharma just because of my major at Worcester State, and I loved it for a long time, and still I didn't love it anymore. And I wouldn't say that the work-life balance was anything that I want to have. So I really needed to like find something different. Like I looked around at everyone who was like levels above me, and I didn't want to do what any of them were doing or live the life that they were living. And if it works for them, by all means, but like that just wasn't what I was going for. So it took 2 years of like soul searching. I thought maybe I want to be a teacher. I might want to do something with Spanish because I love Spanish. I went to Peru for a couple months. I like traveled around to like see if I wanted to like, I don't even know what I was looking for. Didn't find any of it. But then when I was back here, I discovered decorated sugar cookies and realized people do them at times that isn't just Christmas. Because that's what I thought. It was just a Christmas thing.
Yeah.
So I started doing it, and I was like really good right off the bat. I'm pretty creative anyway, and I always decorated cakes for fun.
Yeah.
And something just clicked, and I said, I'm going to start a cookie business.
Yeah.
And it was full speed ahead.
Love it.
And it's changed since its
Yes.
inception, because I know you
Yeah.
talked about you used to do custom cookies, and you
Yeah.
used to like bake them and decorate them
Yeah.
yourself and sell them, and now it's, you know, evolved into
Yeah.
different. It's more of the education side,
Yes,
doing the
which I
classes,
love.
doing the kits, getting the community involved.
Yeah.
So even from the massive pivot
I
from
know.
pre-med and biopharma into cookies, the cookies themselves have also
Yeah.
pivoted over the
have.
5 years now that you've been doing them,
Yeah.
which is great and
Yeah.
also crazy too.
I know. It's so, it's so nice to have, like, one thing I've always been really good at is including people. Like, I don't know how to not include people. Like, I just never want a single soul in their life to feel left out for any moment, which I know is unrealistic. But I love to bring people together. Like, I've always had parties and been like, oh, this person, meet this person. And so I just felt like with these classes, like, it's just like bringing a bunch of people together. So I always have everyone introduce themselves to everyone at their table before. I don't do an icebreaker, don't worry. I know some people hate icebreakers, but I just think, like, and I encourage people to compliment each other. I just, like, feel like last night I was in class and I was saying how, like, now a bunch of these people are, like, my friends that I met through this business. Like, I wouldn't know them if this didn't exist. And that, I think, is so special. I just feel like I connect with so many people in the community. And now I feel so much more involved in the Worcester community. Even though I went to college here, I kind of, like, dropped off from, like, really knowing people in the area for a couple of years. And now I feel like I have such a network of people who, you know, I meet through
Yeah.
events in Worcester.
Yeah.
So it's been really fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen, but recently I've seen a lot of your social media posts. So it looks like you're expanding into sort of B2B market too.
I know.
So before
Biz
it
to
was
biz.
it was you to the consumers who wanted the cookies, and now
They do, and now it's
you're
switching
talking
it
about helping other cookiers.
Yeah.
Do you want to
From
talk
one
about that?
cookier to another.
I know. Yeah, it's so I've wanted to do this for like 2 years now, I would say. I had a friend. So at this point I've taught like 60 classes. And they're all like original designs I come up with. Obviously I get inspiration from things.
Right.
But you know, they're designs I came up with for like a cohesive set of 6 cookies. And I felt like there was having all that experience, I felt like there was a need to like teach it to other people. I'm very much just like trying to always like help other people. It's just like it fills my soul. And so I was like, how do I turn this into like a portion of the business? And someone had suggested I sell like the rights to use my photos a couple years ago, a cookie friend. And I was like, that's an interesting idea. And then I was like, what if I go another level up and then I like sell them the cutters and I like teach them how to decorate the cookies. And then other cookie business owners can just like kind of purchase like the rights to use the set and the cookie cutters and make them for their own customers, which is fun. So, so I'm just starting that out. I just came back from maternity leave and launched that. And it's very different in that it's so much more of a slow burn and it's a completely different thing to market. As you guys obviously both know. So that is so different to me because with cookie classes, I already have like a solid customer base and I already have people who like see my excitement and I know them, you know, in person. And now I'm just trying to like reach people on the interwebs and it's so much harder. So I've reached out to like the Small Business Development Center at Clark to like get some help with like figuring out, although now that I'm saying this, I need to talk to some of my marketers, a marketing plan. I'm like, wait guys,
Dominic's
to figure out a plan to really like leverage like SEO and like Pinterest and stuff because that is not, it's stuff that I know it's a great way to reach people, but I don't know anything about it, and nor do I want to learn SEO. So I did work with an SEO expert, which was helpful, but it's just so different. It's so different than my current business.
But the idea is that other cookiers will be able to use all your wonderful work and kind of spread the joy with other cookie decorating classes throughout the country and possibly the world.
I know, possibly. Which
I mean, insane.
I have some people in Mexico that follow me. I'm like, okay, cool.
Cookie Lady's daughter goes international.
She does. She sounds like a Mary Kate and Ashley movie. I'm not sure, but I feel like it is. I feel like we have something here. So I just feel like being able to share that with other cookiers is like just a gift to me because there are so many designs that like I'm not planning to teach to my customers again. I have so many regulars that I don't like to teach the same class year after year because a lot of the people are the same people. I'm like, they've already done it. Like, let's do something fresh and new.
Yeah.
But it's so exhausting making samples. Like, you have to, like, design all this stuff and make all this icing and these cookies just to, like, take photos.
Right.
And I wanted to take that away so that people don't have to do that.
Right.
They can just buy mine.
Yeah.
You're
taking away a lot of the legwork for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that you outsource parts of your business.
Yeah.
Like, you used to bake all of your cookies, and I think you still do sometimes.
Yeah.
But for, like, some of the bigger things, you outsource
Yeah.
that.
It's been so helpful.
And now you're kind of offering the same type of
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
thing for other cookiers. You know,
That's
just
a
the parts
good
of the
point.
business that they don't
Yeah.
particularly want to do,
Everyone
or
wants to.
because we all have the things that we like and don't.
We
I mean,
do.
and she's done the legwork of figuring
Right,
out. She
yeah.
has the recipe for the cookies. She
Yes.
has the recipe for the icing. She'll tell
Yeah.
you how much color of this and color
Yeah.
of that to make
Right.
this specific color.
Yeah, like if it's people that just want to decorate.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I think a lot of people also don't have the same, like I know you guys did puzzles on your Heart It or Hate It, but I love a puzzle.
Me too.
I
love a puzzle.
And this is more of like a brain puzzle, but same idea where like you're like, I can only have like 4 to 5 colors, and
Yeah.
you know, I need to fit all the designs in there, and it really is like, I find it fun, but it's a lot of work, and some people do not find it fun, and they don't think like they're over here making a whole bag of orange icing for one like carrot nose on a snowman, and I'm like, that is not a good use of your time.
Right.
If
right.
you have 30 students, that's 30 bags of icing. Like, let's not do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm just trying to help people. And then I came out with some digital guides for like how to teach a full cookie class.
Yeah.
So some people have been like, oh, that's like a great way for someone to steal your entire business, which I do see that side of it. However, I feel like in my business and so many other businesses, like I am such an important ingredient. Like you can't replicate me. You can't steal my personality. Like you can't be who I am, and you are your own person. You're going to find your own niche. Like,
Right.
And I want people to realize that, like, it doesn't need to be this competition.
Right.
Like, we can all help each other out.
Yeah.
And you know, Kat Aguilar,
Oh, yeah.
K-Sense Co., said a very similar thing.
Very similar.
When she was, our first guest on the
Yeah.
podcast. And she was saying, like, I'll teach classes and I'll give people the recipes for how to make
Yeah.
the wax and do the candles and,
Yeah.
like, cut the bottles and whatever. And people say to her, like, are you crazy? Or
You're, like, telling
giving away
people
your
how to do
business.
your-
And she's like, no, I am
like, no,
the
no.
secret sauce.
No, she is. It's
Which is true. And also, even if you're giving the recipes and the digital guides, first of all, they're purchasing
Yeah.
it. So
Well,
you're
thank
still
you.
making money off of
I know.
that. Second of all, they still have to do the
work.
rest of the work
Yes.
to
exactly.
market the class that let's say they're doing this in Texas. Like
Yeah.
they still have to get people to show up to their class.
I'm like, you go.
They still have to
Yeah.
like make the stuff.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
it's not like you're really selling the entire
Yeah.
business. I think
I'm
people
not
need
like,
to
here
cool
you
their
go.
jets.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Calm down.
Cool
Yeah.
them. Cool them. I agree. And Kat, I mean, she's a smart woman. We actually did a collaboration class together.
Oh.
We did one a couple years ago where we did a candle and then we did 4 cookies that were like
Nice.
cozy themed, and it was so much fun. So
That's awesome.
That's actually like my dream night. A candle,
Yeah.
cookies, give me a book.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know. We might have to bring it back. Or you could do like a little at-home version of it too,
Right,
somehow.
right.
You know what I mean? Maybe like a sugar cookie scented candle, and like a book that goes with it, and then like maybe the cookies are themed around a book. I don't know. Who knows?
You could do this like
knows?
during like a snowstorm,
Oh,
so
a dream.
people could tune in from their houses and
Yeah.
have a little
Yeah.
activity.
Yeah.
You did at some point during the pandemic. You were doing
Yes.
virtual cookie classes.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
I did a few of those, and then
Yeah.
I did kind of like a CSA for farms where you pay ahead of time and then you get, whatever you get, we get. Every week I did that with cookie kits during the pandemic.
Oh.
And it went really well. So it was like a surprise theme every time, and it really forced me to be creative. Like I had like an alien themed one. I had, like the llama one I mentioned. I had just all kinds of different themes. And that was fun because like I felt like that's when I really got to know a lot of my customers even better that don't necessarily take classes. Because I have some people who will buy kits religiously every single time, and you'll never find them in a class. And the same, like the opposite, like people who always take the class and never buy the take-home kits.
Yeah.
Because some people prefer to do it at home. Sometimes their schedule doesn't allow it. Like, and so it was just nice to get to like see those people like every other week and be like, how was your last kit? And then they would like send me photos and it brought me joy.
Awesome.
It's just my business is all about bringing joy,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
So this episode comes out like end of November. Do you have any exciting events coming up that people can, you know, look out for, or
and cookie kits for the holidays?
Yes.
Are you doing those again?
Absolutely. So I'm doing 3 class days in December. So I'm going to teach a class at Redemption Rock, December 5th. I'm going to teach, they're all going to be Christmas themed for December this year. I'm going to teach a collaboration class with Charcuterie Woo at Seven Saws Brewery on December 10th. We did that last year, and it was a really good time. So you make like a little charcuterie board wreath, and then you put the cookies on it after. Oh, it's so cute. And then I'll do another one at Fuel America Grove Street, which I know you guys know very well. Love them.
Love her.
So that is the Sunday before Christmas, the 22nd. So I'll actually do 2 in a row because the room is smaller, so we can't fit as many people. So I just do 2 in a row.
Yeah.
And I really love that space because it's so cute. Like, you just feel like you're in Europe or something.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure.
Seriously, yeah.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then I'll definitely have take-home kits for, like, the Saturday pickups. In December, I'm trying to expand to a couple more pickup spots this year. I was always doing them at Cake Shop Cafe in Millbury, which I love, and I sit there in person and people come pick up. But I thought it would also be nice to add some in different areas of the state, like a little further out, where I'm not necessarily there, but the people that own the businesses are willing to do pickups. So the ones I'm adding are actually both women-owned businesses as well.
Yeah.
Gather Provisions in Northborough is owned by a woman named Erin, who's awesome, and then LK Home and Gifts is owned by a woman named Lori in West Boylston. So they'll be like my other pickup spots.
Nice.
Yeah, I love that.
Is nice to reach more people who you know, might not make the trek all the way to Millbury. So I'm like, head on over to another place.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
Yeah.
You know what we haven't talked about yet, which I feel like people deserve to hear the story, is how the name of the business came about.
Oh yes.
Because it's like, I think I've heard
heartwarming.
you tell it maybe like 5 times, but I want to hear it again.
I'll do it for you.
Thank you.
Yes, whenever I tell it, my mom like cries in the corner. It's so cute. She comes to my classes sometimes. It's really adorable. So.
I know. I love seeing her.
I love seeing like your whole family.
I
in
know.
the class.
They're really
adorable.
It's very much a family business.
And Carl, of course.
Yeah.
And Carl. He's the
love
best. So my mom was a stay-at-home mom of 5. Bless her. I know you guys have a lot of siblings too, so you know. But she was a stay-at-home mom of 5, but she also worked 1 day a week at the car dealership my dad worked at. And she would bring in cookies every Thursday. It was like her day. And she would bring in like chocolate chip or oatmeal raisin or red velvet or whatever it was. And she would just walk around and give out cookies. She'd make like 10 dozen. And people were so happy. And we'd like follow along behind her like little ducks, like for years and years. Like, because my dad's worked there since the year I was born. He still works there.
The cookie lady.
Classic.
Yeah, exactly. And her little ducklings. So she just became known as the cookie lady. Like, everyone was like, the cookie lady's here. The cookie lady's here. Did you get the cookies in the cookie lady? So when I decided to open this business, she had always taught me to bake, and we'd always bake together, and I never intended to like turn it into a profession, but once I decided I was going to, I was like, all right, how do I include her in this? And my other name is, she always called us Honey Bunny, so I was like, oh, maybe Honey Bunnies, but like it just didn't feel quite right. And then one day I just thought of like the cookie lady's daughter, and I was like, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I was like, it's kind of a mouthful, depending if you don't know it yet. One time someone said, oh, are you the cookie mama? Which now might work, but at the time I was like 30 and I'm like, I don't have any kids. What do you say?
I love that, though.
The cookie mother was another one. Anyway, so I wanted to include her. So I was like, okay, I think the cookie lady's daughter. Now it's just like second nature. And even like my niece, who's now 4, but like for the past couple years now, she sees my logo and she's like, it's the cookie lady's daughter. And I'm like, oh my heart. So, and my mom still works with me.
Yeah.
She helps me bake when I bake at home. She preps for all my classes. Like I give her a checklist. She does it all. She does all my dishes.
Amazing.
And then my
saint.
husband, I know, because I don't want to do them. Especially after baking all day, like what the last thing you would do is like the dishes.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
So she's an angel. And then my husband, he 3D prints all the cookie cutters for me.
Which is so cool.
And my sister Jackie designs the cookies in that, like, I'll do a rough sketch, but I am not like a drawer kind of artist. She like turns them into illustrations.
That's so fun.
So everyone, really just putting everyone to work here.
Gotta get the whole fam involved.
I know. So yeah, it's been really fun to have my mom included, and we're so close that it's been like just such a nice thing. Like every Christmas we do like you know, a Christmas movie day, or like take the day off from work and like watch movies together on like a weekday. And so I'm just excited to have those sorts of traditions continue.
Yeah. It's so sweet. I'm glad you were able to tell that story again, because every time
She's like, someone get me the tissue.
I'm just, whew,
I'm emotional.
so sweet.
I know, it really is. It's very special. It's weird when you look back. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I look back at like my career and everything that led me here, and I'm like, you know, it makes complete sense actually that I would own like a bakery, like, but I just never. I don't know. I'm thankful for like what brought me here, because I did meet my husband at work, so I'm glad I got Carl. And I have great memories from like a full decade at AbbVie, and I'm glad that it brought me to where I am. And it's not that I'll never go back into science. Like, I love science. It has like a huge piece of my heart, but it doesn't fill my soul the same way. Like seeing people happy and proud of their own cookie decorating skills.
You just get the science with the frosting.
Exactly. And a lot of like processes, like I have Excel spreadsheets for like how much icing to make and stuff.
You're an Excel queen.
Yeah, so I bring all that in in its own special way.
Yeah.
So to keep up with the classes that people should be registering for, and where to pick up their cookie kits and whatnot, where can people find you?
So the best place is Instagram.
On the gram,
the Cookie Lady's Daughter. I know we're not on the TikTok. I'm not that cool, but
it's okay.
Instagram and Facebook, it's the same. And then you can also just go to thecookieladiesdaughter.com, and I will. I mean, by the time this airs, all of my December stuff will be out and about, so you'll see it all on there. So, get your cookies.
We also always love to end every episode shouting out another woman-owned business. We love to, you know, hype up the ladies. Is there anyone you have in mind that you'd like to shout out?
There's a list of like hundreds of people. Just
the gears are turning.
I have so many ideas. But one person who I absolutely adore, who I've met through my business, is the Tragic Whale. Her name is Carrie.
Oh.
And she does bags and like pouches with all different fabrics. Oh. And they're very like supportive of all kinds of people. She talks about just like the journey of like starting her own business, and she's at a lot of different events. Like I've seen her here and there popping up at like the maid markets or different things all over. So check her out. She's really, really fun and sweet, and she makes scrunchies. She did my
oh my
my
gosh, I remember
scrunchies
those
for me with my little pattern on them.
So cute.
Oh, she's such an angel. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for the delicious cookies.
Loved having this chat with you.
Yes, enjoy them.
Katrina's going to devour them.
Yeah.
We have an issue with not eating breakfast before we come to record.
You know, sometimes that happens.
Tisk tisk.
It's weird how that works.
I have a feeling Dominique did hear my stomach this
I
episode.
did, yeah.
She's
it
like,
happens.
I know.
Every week.
We just get a little distracted and it doesn't happen. But,
It's
you know,
okay.
a cookie for breakfast is the best way.
Yeah,
Always.
and for lunch.
Best way to
I'll
live.
join you for sure.
There's like 6 in there, like 3 for each of you. That's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I mean? With snacks in between.
Just breakfast.
So, it's fine. It's fine.
Thank you so much for coming in. It's so good to see you and have you back in the cookie scene and the events in Worcester.
I know. I'm glad to be back. I missed it.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, welcome to Heart It or Hate It, Thanksgiving edition. We I'm worried about triggering a bunch of screen effects when we make hand gestures.
You don't want.
They go automatically.
It's
it's
Apple
too much.
thing. I don't know technology. I'm an old lady at this point, so we just have to keep our hands to ourselves,
which is a great lesson.
All right, we have a special Thanksgiving edition of
Heart It or Hate It, because the Thanksgiving foods, I feel, are controversial.
They are, yeah.
Among a bunch of people. So why don't you pick one to get us started? I wrote a list of 4.
I want to add something on here, too.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. I'm going to start with the turkey. Heart It or Hate It, Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like Thanksgiving turkey.
Really?
The main course. Yes. Most people, I feel like probably more than half of my family doesn't like the turkey.
Well, are people either like turkey or ham? Are those the 2 options?
Well, no, we usually just do turkey. One year my cousins did turducken.
Uh-huh.
What can I say? It's a Maine Thanksgiving.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
We out in the country. So a turducken, for those who don't know, is, I think it's a turkey stuffed with a duck stuffed with a chicken. Is that right?
I think so.
Turducken?
It's a no for me.
It's a no for me. I was like, I will have the outermost part of the turkey that didn't touch the duck or the chicken. Yeah. I like turkey.
Yeah, I heart turkey.
And I think it's great because it's like real turkey. You know, like when I have turkey throughout the year, it's deli meat turkey.
Yeah.
Which doesn't feel real to me.
Yeah.
I like actual turkey gravy.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's great.
Like it.
Do you have regular turkey in the oven, or do you do like deep fried turkey?
We do regular like turkey in the oven.
I did do a deep fried turkey one year out in Utah. Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
it's Utah.
Right. So they did deep fry the turkey, and it was really juicy and really good.
Oh, really?
They like inject
It's so
it.
dangerous.
Yeah. They have this like injector, and then they're like with like the juices with the
Yum. Yeah, I like turkey.
Yeah.
Heart it.
Yeah, heart it all the way. What do you got?
Let's go green bean casserole.
Heart it.
Really?
Do you?
Yeah.
I
actually like it.
I only just started eating it, like, no joke, maybe 5 years ago. Into my adult
Listen,
years.
probably same because, so I'd mentioned for the past like 10 years we've been going up to my dad's family for Christmas. Before that, when my Nana, my mom's mom, was still alive, we did Thanksgiving at our house with her. So it's funny, like when you switch houses for Thanksgiving, sometimes the sides and the meal and the traditions sort of change. So I probably had never even like seen a green bean casserole until maybe 8 to 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But I like green beans, and I like those French fried onion crispy things. So delicious. And so really, why not?
It's actually one of my favorite.
It's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like it can be done wrong, and it can be yucky, and it can be mushy. But when it's like done well, because I've tried to make it before and it wasn't great. When it's done well, you know, you get the green beans, you get the onions still have the crisp.
I actually made
a creamy
different casserole this week with those fried onions.
Oh yeah,
it's just like
I like those.
Egg noodle and beef and French onion.
Those are good. The French fried onion things, those are good for like a little crunch on like a salad too.
Yeah.
Anyways. So I heart it.
I heart it.
Okay.
Next one is heart it or hate it pumpkin pie.
Hate it.
Hate it.
We're on the same wavelength on
We
these
should have
foods.
Friendsgiving together.
You, me.
We'd have the same.
It'll
and the
be
cats.
you, me, the cats, Jamie, and the gals. Any of the gals from the podcast listenership
who wants to
want to
come.
come. We are going to bitch about politics. So just feels right.
Yeah.
And probably talk about Taylor Swift, obviously.
Yeah. Hate it.
Here's the thing. I don't like pie in general.
Same.
The only pie I like ever really entertained was pecan pie or pecan pie. It's sweet. It's like overly sweet.
Should I try it then?
Oh, it's good. Do you like just like pecans?
I mean,
I think
I
it's
don't
good. It's mostly
not
like
like
it's
them.
literally like pecans and like corn syrup. It's just like sweet. But pie is like not even in my top 10. Like if I had
No.
to choose a dessert, would never even consider
No.
pie.
I'll eat like chocolate pudding pie or like Oreo pudding pie. That's it.
So
No fruits or vegetables in my pies, please.
yeah,
Get it out of here.
No pie for me. I'll take the cookies, the ice cream, the cupcakes,
Yeah.
cake, literally anything else.
Yeah. Okay, so we hate that. What's next?
Oh, cranberry sauce or whatever you call it. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Say
Hate it.
Me too. Guys, we didn't even talk about this before the recording. I just said I think we should do Thanksgiving edition, and I threw a bunch of ideas in there, and I said just pick whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. It's yucky looking too. I don't like.
Do you guys have like the homemade, or do you guys do the can?
We do both.
Okay.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, the family
You're like
who hosts.
they.
They. I don't touch either. But they do like. I don't know. Is there a difference? I don't think.
I've heard some people prefer one over the other.
No, yeah, that. But I think they're called the same thing. I think they're both called cranberry sauce or cranberry jelly. Right.
I think so. Yeah.
So the one in the can looks really freaking weird to me.
Yeah. My family does the can one.
Which I think most people do. But then someone else also does the jelly, like the not interested in either of them.
No.
Quite frankly.
I don't think I've ever tried it. I just have no interest in grabbing some of that tube of jelly. I don't know.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Did you have another one you wanted to
Yeah,
do
I
before?
wanted to add on sweet potato casserole.
Oh, yeah, heard it.
You do?
So I love sweet potatoes.
Don't
I'll
people
do
put marshmallows on that?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Which I like that too. I mean, it's an interesting, you think it sounds weird, but it's kind of like, I don't know, it just like sweet potatoes are already sweet.
Yeah.
So when you put marshmallows on them, like it's just like extra sweet topping. I mean, I think it's good. But I've also just had like regular, like I just like doing sweet potato
Sure.
anything,
Sure.
really.
Hate it, but I've never had it.
Oh. Do you like sweet potatoes though in general?
No, not really.
Okay, yeah. I love sweet potatoes.
Like Jesse will get sweet potato fries, and I'm
Oh,
always like,
yeah.
I'd rather just have a regular fry.
No, I love sweet potato fries. I love sweet potato. Like I've done like a baked sweet potato. I used to do sweet potato with peanut butter, banana, and chia seeds for breakfast. Oh, so good. Yeah, I love sweet potato, so I'll take it.
Okay. So that's the one we disagree on.
Yeah, but everything else we were
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Good for us.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Have a good Thanksgiving if you're celebrating it.
Yeah.
Or if you're gathering or if you do anything. Enjoy. And thanks for watching / listening. Shout out to Studio 50. That's it. Later, ladies.
Later.
All right, are we ready to do this thing?
Let's do it.
Girls just wanna.
Oh no. That was rude. Okay, let's start again. What was that all about? I'm an influencer. I love these contigo, ma. Did we start? Are we starting?
No.